Are you ready to transform your normal e-commerce business into one that experiences exponential growth year after year using online advertising? If so, this show is for you. Me and my guests will show you how you too can grow your e-commerce business to 7 or even 8 figures so you can go on more luxurious vacations, spoil yourself and your family, say yes to more opportunities, and become financially free so you never have to worry about money again. Welcome to the E-commerce Performance Marketing Show. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the E-com Performance Marketing Show. This is going to be a very powerful, important episode because I'm going to go over 2 different forms of marketing. And a lot of e-com business owners that are fairly new to e-commerce and fairly new to just marketing in general, they don't really know these 2 different forms of marketing. They blend it all together. They don't know how to distinguish the two because they just haven't been a student of marketing. And so they haven't read the books that teach you what marketing is all about and what different forms of marketing are. Now, what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about direct response marketing versus brand marketing. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about what's the best marketing for your dollars. Like, where should you spend your marketing budget? Should you spend it on brand marketing or should you spend it on direct response marketing? Now, first, let me explain the difference between the two. So brand marketing is that traditional marketing that many people are familiar with. When people think of marketing, they think of brand marketing. They think of billboards. They think of newspaper articles. They think of just seeing the brand left and right, just reminding them of the brand. That is brand marketing. Now, brand marketing, it's not really a measurable form of marketing. Like, for example, a lot of companies, they'll pay for a billboard, for example. And a billboard, unless you do a few different things, isn't measurable. All it does is just remind people that you sell this or you represent this. And so this way, when people see it, they see that your brand represents whatever you're advertising on that billboard. But when it comes to leading to a direct result that you can track and that you can measure, that's a challenging scenario. And unless you add like a very unique phone number that's only to that billboard, or a text message that's only to that billboard, or a URL that's only to that billboard, you can't track and measure that investment of your brand being seen on that billboard. And that's brand marketing. Most of the time when people are doing brand marketing, they aren't directly measuring the impact, directly measuring the result. And so it really becomes, I don't want to say a waste of money, but it's definitely not the best use of your marketing dollars, especially if you're a typical e-commerce company that's bootstrapped, that doesn't have limitless funds to be able just to throw around money. So then there's the other part of marketing. There's direct response marketing. Now, direct response, that means that you are getting a direct result, a direct outcome from your marketing. It's measurable. And this can be in the form of ads. This can be in the form of emails, of direct mail campaigns. Those are just some examples. But again, the difference here is that with this form of marketing, you 100% are tracking it. It's not just to remind the market of what you do. It's to get people to take action on a free or a paid offer. This way you get a measurable outcome from the investment into whatever that direct response marketing piece is. And so the bottom line here, and this is the takeaway from the episode, the bottom line is the best use of your marketing dollars is direct response marketing. It isn't just building up your Instagram so you have 50,000 followers. It's not paying for a billboard. It's none of those brand marketing activities that just remind a market of what you do, because again, you can't directly attribute that to a result. You can't drive a specific result from brand marketing, but from direct response marketing you can. If you run an ad on Facebook, for example, you track who's going to be clicking on it. You also tell Facebook what the objective is, and then your reporting tells you what your outcomes are. That is direct response marketing. And Facebook's ads, that's just one example. There's every ad channel online is like that. Even ad channels offline, as long as you know what you're doing, can be like that as well, or it can become brand marketing. Now, what I mean by that is when you're doing, let's just say, a ad in a newspaper or a magazine, you don't want to just have like a billboard, like this is your brand, this is what you sell, this is what you represent. Because you'll get people visiting your site, but you won't know where they came from. And then when they buy, you won't know where they came from. And that's not going to help you be able to funnel your marketing dollars towards what worked in your business, because you have no way of tracking and measuring it. But if you were to do the same ad in a magazine, but that ad is leading to a very specific offer at a very specific URL that's not used by any of your other marketing activities, then you can directly measure, you can directly track it. And then it becomes a valuable use of your marketing dollars. See the difference? And so it's super important that every business, especially when they're at that less than 100,000 per month in sales, and even as you go higher, you still don't really want to necessarily use brand marketing. You can maybe make a case for it because you have more revenue and more expendable revenue to invest back into the business. But direct response marketing is what most businesses really invest in, all the way up until they're an 8-figure company. And then at that point, it's like, okay, I've got all this extra revenue and profits. Let me just go ahead and just buy a billboard and just remind people who we are. And let me just make sure that I spend the money that we're making so this way we can save as much money as possible from taxes, for example. So I've seen some examples here in the Phoenix area of that, of some big e-commerce brands that are doing that. So with direct response marketing, that is the best use of your marketing dollars, especially if you've got a fairly young e-commerce business, because that is a form of marketing that you could put your marketing dollars and your time into and see a measurable outcome. And you don't want to put your hard-earned money into something that you can't measure, okay? So that's the bottom line. So go ahead and take action from this episode. Make sure that you're investing your hard-earned marketing dollars and your time into marketing that is actually measurable, that can make a big impact on your bottom line. Thank you for tuning into the e-commerce performance marketing show. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment with a timestamp of your favorite part and share it with a friend. Until our next episode, here's to you and the success of your e-commerce business.